Today you may meet a complete stranger and learn something new. You may be even walking around the halls with a group of friends. School is one of the places where you have a chance to meet and connect with people. As we walk through the halls, hearing laughter and conversations, we really don't know what everybody's story is. But that's why we are here to highlight someone's story you may or may not know. This is the Profile Show.
Started playing the guitar when I was 7 years old, and my parents bought me a guitar for Christmas. I saw the AC/DC music video for Thunderstruck, and it made me want to play the guitar. Being on stage with the Foo Fighters was probably the best day of my life. It was really cool to be able to share the stage with one of my favorite bands. I got invited because I was sitting on the side to take pictures, and I just asked if I could, because Dave was on the side asking people if they wanted 3 songs, and he was right in front of me, so I just thought I'd ask him. The most valuable guitar I own, there's probably 2. The Dave Grohl guitar, the blue DG335, and then my black Epiphone Explorer. It's really important to me. I can see a future with music because I love playing, and it's something I want to spend my life doing.
Growing up, everyone just assumes their teachers live in the school. It's weird and awkward every time you see them at the grocery store or out for dinner. However, what if we told you that some of your teachers live more amazing lives than you could ever imagine? For Bob Stewart, Heidi Menson, and Doug Murphy, this couldn't be anything more than the case. Mr. Stewart is more than just a science teacher. With a camera and a telescope, he's able to take photos that are out of this world.
I started in 1986 when I was a sophomore in high school, and Halley's Comet was coming by at that time. It's a famous comet, rather bright, and so it's a major event, so I wanted to take pictures through my telescope of that, so that's what got me started. I've been interested in astronomy ever since I can remember, so once I've learned that, you can hook a camera up to a telescope, I was all in. Well, with astrophotography, there's 2 parts I like. I love astronomy, so I like being out under the stars. So when I'm out collecting photographs, I'm out in the middle of nowhere. It's peaceful, it's beautiful, it's just me and the universe. But then also I love taking the photographs, and there's a lot of editing you have to do with the photographs. So it's great when you work through that editing, and then boom, on your screen you see something that's hundreds or thousands or millions of light years away, and it's right there. Hey, I took that picture, that's pretty cool.
While Mr. Stewart may be reaching towards the sky, Miss Menson is heading towards the stage. She sings for the Kansas City Symphony, performing at the Kauffman Center in downtown Kansas City.
This is my 16th year singing with the Kansas City Symphony Chorus. I sang all through school and in college, and so when I graduated and came back to Kansas City, I was looking for a place to sing and just found an announcement for auditions and decided to apply. My favorite thing about singing, music is just one of my passions. It always has been. I find it very relaxing to sing and make music with other people. So it's an outlet for me.
Mr. Murphy has some talents of his own, as he legitimately spent his summer biking across America.
The bike route for the Trans-America route, that bicentennial route, goes through Chanute, Kansas, right past the house where I grew up. And so all summer long as a kid, thousands of bikes would stream by. There'd be hundreds of bikes across the chain link fence sometimes of all these people, well, not on a given day, but throughout the summer. Dozens along the chain link fence at the swimming pool with clothes they'd washed out in the showers, hanging and blowing in the breeze. And I always said, one of these days I'm going to do that. So I rode from Bar Harbor, Maine to Chicago, 1,600 miles. And this past summer I came the other direction. I just don't have enough summer to make the whole thing connect in one shot. The summer was just 900 miles. I started out in Astoria, rode down the coast, came across Washington. Well, actually I went through the Willamette Valley and then came across into Idaho and then up over the pass and back into Montana, and I stopped at Missoula.
Awesome. Is there anything else you want to add at the end of this?
No, just get out and ride a bicycle if you get a chance.
As you can see, teachers have amazing stories to tell and live incredible lives. So the next time you run into your English teacher at your local hen house, just remember how spectacular they truly are.
Being a published author before the age of 18 is hard. But Aleecya Adams beat those odds and will have a poetry book published next year.
3 times in a day. A new record. I can listen to it all day. So what I started to do was I started to write it down, and then the lines started to rhyme, and then I wanted to become more, artistic with it, so then it became poetry. So, I am in love. I am suffocated by it. As a teenager, you really don't have a lot of outlets besides, people say you always feel like you have your teachers and your parents, but in reality, what kind of teenager wants to tell their parents about their feelings? The majestic sound of a laugh, man, this broken record. So the open mic showcase is coming up and we're gonna be doing it here in the library, and I wrote a piece called Eternal Abyss. It's about addiction, because a lot of people in my family deal with addiction, so that's my favorite one because it's really deep. This track's scratches go beyond the needle as I hear the loving melodies repeat. So when I'm writing, it's mostly based off emotions, so whatever happens in that moment, like anger, or if I'm happy or if I'm sad, because most of the time I write about social justice movements. So most of the time I'm angry when I'm writing, because I'm writing about injustices and inequalities. So in a day, a new record.
In September, Aleecya was given the award of publication rights and was given a cash prize.
You're working towards something because you never know if you're good enough for it, because at the end of the day I was my own critic before I submitted my work, so I always thought I kind of sucked at it. So when I won, I was actually really happy because it means I got the recognition and the satisfactory from someone else besides myself or my family. Just keep writing as much, even if you think you suck, because I thought I sucked freshman year. I thought it was so bad. Just keep writing because you never know what's gonna happen, and don't be scared to submit it either, because that was me. That was my first poem I ever submitted. Ever. So
Aleecya's hard work will finally be rewarded in early 2023 when her poetry book is published. Make sure to support her and read it.
I feel like they just did that just to make us look dumb. I'm Mr. Steubenraw.
I am Mrs. Moore.
And these questions I'm answering are about Miss Moore.
And I'm going to see how well I know Mr. Steubenraw.
Moore's favorite holiday, Christmas, guaranteed. Duh. Basic white girl.
His birthday, he would probably pick that. St. Patty's Day, Halloween, or 4th of July. He likes to blow things up and while he's on summer break.
What sorority was Moore in? Oh gosh. Chi Omega Tridelts. Kappa Kappa Gamma. I feel like it's Kappa Kappa Gamma.
Is Steubenraw a frat boy? Yeah, he's pretty much Chad. Sadly, he's not Chad. No. Or yes, Sigma Chi. Sadly, he's not a Chad. Or no. Either way, I know he wasn't a frat boy. He's not cool enough to be one.
How many shoes does Moore have? Guarantee. Here the choices are 10, 12, 17. Not as many as Stubenraw. Definitely not as many as Stubenraw.
What is Stubenraw's hobby? Sports, baking, biking, or shoes? It's either sports or shoes. He literally had me enter a shoe raffle about 5 minutes ago, and he actually won the shoe raffle. But he loves sports. He loves to sports bet. I'm going to go with sports.
What is Moore's favorite shoe? Easy foam runners, cream-colored mules. What the heck are those? Black Converse or Ugg boots. I hope it's not easy foam runners because those are disgusting. Cream-colored mules cannot be a shoe. Black Converse, bleh. Ugg boots for sure.
Okay. Does Stubenraw fold his pizza? Depends on the day. No way, that's weird. For New York style, yes. Or I would try it. No way, that's weird.
I feel here the four possibilities are depends on the day, yes 100%, absolutely not. What does that even mean? The last one sounds like her. What does that even mean? I'm gonna say that because that sounds like something she would say.
If Stubenraw was an emoji, what emoji would he be? A chicken, a waffle, a tiger, or a smiling devil face? Definitely a smiling devil face.
Salt's answer: smiling moon, nails emoji, hair flip emoji. Oh, for sure, hair flip emoji. As that's definitely her, as evidenced by the video evidence I have on my phone.
What is Stubenraw's favorite color? Blue, crimson, red, or pink? Definitely blue. And I'm done. How many did I get right?
The boys' cross-country team has a bond like no other. We interviewed Michael and Adrian to find out what makes this bond so special.
It's something that transcends running, even though it originated in cross-country. It's like we have now become closer friends that don't need to talk about running or cross-country or sports or anything that has to do with that. We can just relate to each other and understand each other on the level I don't relate to other people, because like team sports or activities like that, it's hard to recreate bonds and relationships with people if it's not through a competitive circumstance, I think.
It means a lot to me, just like being like with the friends I have, and like it means just like having a community with me, and always like having someone on my back and on my side to like cheer me on and push me to get better as a person and motivate me to like push further than what I normally thought what I could do.
It has people kind of from all walks of life that outside of cross country probably wouldn't talk to each other, and having an activity we all get together and do after school just creates another level of conversation, another thing we can talk about and bond over.
It just means to have like a community and have someone behind you to push you to become better, make you a better runner, and always have someone help you out and whenever you need it.
Beginning of the season, end of the season, we all get together and bond and hang out and have fun. And it's just kind of it's either an opener or a closer to a period of time in which we're all working hard and supporting each other. The teammates who, even if you do poorly, they'll still support you and constantly challenge you to do better. There's a lot of competition within our team just to run faster, to work harder. And I think that's what makes our team so good.
I'm just going to miss that community part of just having a bunch of friends and going on runs with each other.
And that's why the boys' cross-country team has a bond like no other.
All of my family members are here, best I could have done. All right, so now the place that I love to be, and I loved my students, and I honestly didn't think I would teach after I was 40 because I thought I would be too old to relate to my students.
She creates a really positive environment for her students. She always kind of brightens my day when I get to visit her.
There's a lot of people in there that I really like being around, and the environment is really welcoming.
When you work with somebody as closely and for as many hours a week as the publication students work with me, you just can't help but build bonds.
Co has a lot of really good insight about things when it comes to critiquing stuff, and she has a lot of good lessons about finding new angles for taking photos and stuff like that. So I think she's really good at guiding people in the class.
The first one that comes to mind is listen to the students. I've learned that I can learn as much from students as I can teach them. And realizing that often the best way to teach students is to treat them as an equal. That has tended to get good results.
I think she's always a big support for us. She encourages us on the leadership team to incorporate fun things for our class.
I've known I was going to be a teacher since I was in 6th grade. I had a teacher that inspired me. My English teacher in high school was amazing, and a lot of the way I teach comes back to her class because she had her students teach. The awards are wonderful, but the awards are for the students. My biggest successes aren't the awards. I mean, honestly, the biggest successes are getting the book out, getting the newspaper out each month, seeing kids grow from a photographer who can't shoot in focus to someone who can get the shot every time.
Last week, Co and her students attended the fall convention in St. Louis. Our yearbook, The Lair, was honored as the top yearbook in the country for the last 100 years.
Now the Best of Show trophy for the pink category of yearbooks. The